My name is Andre Early,
host of Right Now Leaders, and we are on location
at the National Society of Black Engineers Region 1 Conference,
where I will be sitting down with over 20 extraordinary Right Now leaders in the field of engineering.
That's what I want to do.
So be prepared to be motivated.
And we're talking about what AI means for us.
By soon-to-be early career hires that are not only making an impact, but are blazing the trail for tomorrow, right now.
My name is Niasia Williams. I'm former national chair of the Society, National Society of Black Engineers. I am a working professional in the aerospace industry. I work as a configuration board manager for a jet engine company. It's been my 8th year working in industry. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well at that.
So how in the world did we end up in the field or the world of STEM?
So I think for me, when I was younger, I was always an experimenter. Really, I kind of give credit to my mom. She taught me math. She is a chef. And so she had me in the kitchen learning how to make recipes. But in that, there was math. So, if I wanted to make this many cupcakes, how many cups of flour do I need? And those kinds of things. So she kind of introduced me to math and STEM really through cooking. And then I wanted to continue experimenting. I give her a lot of credit because she didn't stop me from mixing up things. She just said, leave me enough ingredients so I can cater. And she let me go. So I did all those kinds of things, those tying knots and things. Always really curious. And so I think I probably was always going to go that way and just didn't know the path yet. Had to take a couple of twists and turns as I was younger to figure out what was going to be the right way for me to help my community. But I knew it was always going to be something where I'm solving problems and hopefully things that are relevant to us.
Okay. So aeronautics.
Yeah.
Now you're in a field that most likely you're not running into too many that are relatable. How has your journey been? And what are some of the nuances that the younger ones that come after you can pay attention to and be able to focus on as they're trying to start their careers?
Yeah, I think, I was lucky to start off in an internship program that also was connected to a scholarship mentorship program. And it happened to be started by one of the former leaders of this region who advised. And so that whole structure was having young minority students connected to professionals who were within that company, and they would guide them through a 3-year process. You can get up to 3 years of a $10,000 scholarship and this kind of mentorship in the field. And so when I actually started in engineering formally, my first view happened to be the few. And so I had a really nice mentor. And I remember there was one time I was walking down the hall in that company, and they had a wall of all of their chief engineers. And I looked at the wall and I was staring at it and I said, I don't see anybody like me. And so she literally stopped me. She said, okay, what's wrong? And I was like, I don't see anybody. And she was like, okay, so that's yours to change. And so I think that's really what kind of launched me off. So I always knew at the time that there was going to be a few, but the quality few would help those coming behind. So that was the model that I always saw. And it definitely helped me out. And I hope to kind of continue that for others because, growing up in New York, a part in Flint, Michigan, I didn't really see anybody. And so that was always my goal, was to be that example that I'd never had. So hopefully people understand the best way, especially in this climate, the best way is to connect to somebody who's already in. And that's why we have all these conferences and the NSBEs and the Afrotechs. That's why we put those things on, so we can make those connections and make sure that people can get through.
Well, to your point, to your credit, I will definitely say these conferences need more exposure. Because, let's face it, we're dealing with individuals, younger, no fault of their own, but they think that they can only be successful by being an athlete or an entertainer.
Yes.
And from what I've been able to witness this weekend, and I've done many conferences, but I've never actually participated in NSBE.
Yeah.
And the talents, the future, and I'm sitting here like, wow.
Yep.
These are the examples of that the younger generations need to see as well, because I'm pretty sure that in their minds they want to do something like this, but they're not exposed to it. They don't see it, therefore they go in another direction.
What's popular? What's in front of them? That was the same thing. I started off. It was doctor, then lawyer first, and then I said, okay, what am I actually good at, and what do I like? And so then I got, eventually to engineering. But yeah, no, I definitely think there should be more exposure, just giving options. Even as a chair of the society, I wasn't one to say that everybody had to be an engineer, but everybody should at least know that the option's out there. Or there's something that you'll be able to connect to STEM. So just get used to it,
And now to your point though, now here it is. Things are going on beyond our control. There has been, a focus, a specific targeted approach to dismantling so many things that have been in place for a specific reason. And it's all about, for me, it's all about the narrative.
Yeah.
The narrative was always supposed to be about access.
Yeah.
Just provide an opportunity for us to have access, and we can show you what we can do, since you have tendency not to believe us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with your journey, obviously a career blazer, how have you been able to navigate?
So even going through college, I was the only one. The only African-American female to graduate with my class. And so though it was not something that I enjoyed, it's unfortunately something I got used to. Now, as time went on, it got a lot better. I started to see more people like me in our offices, and I ended up having a manager. One of the first managers I had happened to be a black man, particularly from Eastern Africa, his cultural origin. But one of the best mentors I ever had. Definitely, I would say, when I gave him my interests, he sat me down and said, okay, let's plan it this way, and launched me off. As a matter of fact, the job that I have now, leading some of our military programs, he was the first one to launch me and said, hey, you said you want military experience? Go now. As time went on, there was more that I saw within the engineering, but I think now, and it might sound funny, but I'm willing to challenge my community on this. This time is going to test how bad we really want it. Because I think we've gotten a bit comfortable with our skin being the reason for access being a fad. And now the fad is over. So it's up to us. During that time, we've gotten a lot of people who are now in management that didn't used to be. We gained a lot within that time. Okay, so now that it's not going to be as easy, how are we going to launch from here? It's going to be up to us. Even in the companies that I work for, the company that I work for, we had those like affinity groups, employee resource groups. All of those are gone now.
That's right.
And so I said, all right, we have to take it outside, but how bad do you want it? Because it's not going to be as convenient as we're going to meet up during lunch and we got funded to buy some $500 to buy pizza, and we can just have it all just nice in here, and we have a charge number for it so we can charge to the company's dollar to do the thing. It's not like that anymore. You're going to have to invest your own time, your own money, your own effort,
resources. We touch on cooperative economics. We touch on, once again, everything going on out of our control, I believe the time is right now for us to really be intentional with what needs to be done so we can uplift us all.
Yeah.
Blazing the trail for tomorrow, right now.